This is my Google Pixel 3 XL. I've had this phone for just under 4 years and it's mostly been pretty reliable up until recently. You can see it's pretty sleek and slim on this side, but on this side you can see where the battery started bulging out and pushing the back plate away from the phone. I did start going through here with a pick just to loosen it up because I didn't want it bulging out too much in one place or maybe cracking the back plate. So in this video, I'm going to share my experience in replacing the battery of a Google Pixel 3 XL. For replacement parts, I went ahead and bought the iFixit battery replacement kit, which comes with the battery itself, as well as alcohol pad, a note on using 90% isopropyl. I'm actually going to use 70% because I live dangerously, a little dropper for set of alcohol. It comes with the adhesive for the battery itself, for the back plate, and for the fingerprint sensor. And in addition to all of that, it comes with a set of tools, all of the tools you need. A set of opening picks, a suction cup, a little screwdriver with Torx 3, Torx 5, and Phillips 00 bits, a pair of angled and straight tweezers, and 2 spudgers. In addition to that, it also comes with this eye opener, which has got some kind of gel in it. You put this in a microwave to heat it up, and then you can stick it on your device to help loosen the adhesive. You could also use a heat gun, but I'm going to go ahead and give this eye opener a try just to see how it works. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started opening this up. I heated the eye opener up in a microwave for 30 seconds as directed, and I kind of worked the gel through here to make sure that there were no hot spots and it was roughly an even temperature. It's about 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 49 Celsius, which, I don't know, seems reasonable. So I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Since it's already started separating here, I'll just start working around this way with the picks. So let's leave it here for a little bit just to warm up. Coming loose a little bit. Okay, now it's down to this corner. Okay, it looks like there's some adhesive just right there. All right. Okay, go ahead and put this over on the top. Now what we want to do is we want to get this little tape off here so that we can lift up this little socket here. Okay, so there's our little tape. And we're going to go ahead and pop this up. Okay, and then we should be able to push this out. And bingo. Off camera, I went ahead and removed this disgusting glue strip that was all around the phone. So now I'm going to go ahead and use the Torx 3 to remove the 4 screws on this little cover on the right side of the battery. Now, one of these screws is shorter than the others, so make sure to keep these in order so they don't get mixed up. And I'll go ahead and pull this little cover off, set it aside. Now what we want to do is we want to remove the battery connector, which is here, and then we want to remove the charging coil connector, which is right here. So I'll go ahead and do the battery connector first. I'm using the non-metal spudger, nothing shorted. Go ahead and do the same over here. Get the spudger under there just to pop that off, and we are free. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with removing the battery without taking the charging coil off. So first we have to take this switch array cover off so that we can take the connector off. But there's a little bit of tape here that I have to remove first. So I'm going to very carefully get these tweezers out. Okay, got the little tape off. And now I just go ahead and pull these screws out. I think these are both Torx 3. Move this one. Okay. Now I should be able to lift this cover off. Try not to short anything with that either. And now I can pop this little connector off. Okay, that's out of the way. Good. Now we get this pull tab off. Okay, so now we can go and stick this behind here and start pulling out the glue tabs. This one seems to be coming off a lot easier than the other one. Okay, and it pops. Really good call on removing that sensor array connector right there, because I probably would have snapped that. So good on the person who wrote the guide. Okay. One side is free. Let's sneak around here. Well, these picks sure turned out to be useful. Oh yeah, let's get one in there too. Seriously though, why does this got to be glued in place? I mean, there we go. Okay, there's one spicy battery. So here are the old and new batteries side by side. Now, there's clearly been some off-gassing that caused this outer foil layer to expand, but it's not nearly as bad as I was expecting. I've seen some of these batteries where they are just puffed out like a balloon, and that's not quite the case here. I'd actually been still getting pretty good battery life with this, and if there had been just a little bit more clearance inside the phone before the back of the case popped off, I may not have even noticed that there was anything wrong. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get started putting everything back together. So I'm going to go ahead and put the switch connector on first. Okay, that's clicked in place. So I'll start with the battery adhesive. Okay, so it looks like we apply this side to the battery first. Okay, now I'll just check the fit. Okay, now we glue it in place. Okay, go ahead and put the coil on here. I'm not going to glue this down, I'm just going to stick it on there. And if it slides around, whatever, snap the charging coil in place. Okay, and now we do the battery connector. Okay, that's clicked in place. Now put this back in there. Okay, now we do the battery connector cover. Now here, keep in mind that there are 3 long screws that go here, here, and here, and 1 short screw which goes here. Okay, that's all the hardware back in place. Now I need to apply the back cover adhesive to the back cover. Now it goes like this, which means that we would need to flip it over and apply it here. So I'm thinking I should be able to connect this first. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull this backing off and get the cover put back on. Okay, now I gotta try my best here to make sure that this cover goes on cleanly. Apply some pressure around the edges just to make sure everything's set. And there we go. Now let's go ahead and boot it up. Okay, so just a quick update. I've been using the new battery for about a week or so. I'm on the second charge now at 39%. In the last 24 hours, it's only dropped down about a quarter or so, so I'm getting about 3 or 4 days on a charge, which is pretty good. Also, the back of the phone is not bulging off anymore, which is definitely a big plus. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the new battery. I'd like to thank iFixit.com both for hosting the guide that I followed as well as for selling this battery replacement kit. This is not a sponsored video or anything. I bought this with my own money, but I've been using iFixit.com for many years, so I'd highly recommend it if you need to do the battery replacement yourself. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful, and thank you for watching.